Welcome to Reboot Radio, the podcast where we talk about streaming, gaming, and life behind the scenes. I'm Chupacabra. I'm with my co-host Hades, and today we're going to bring you another small streamer spotlight. Our guest is not just a great Fortnite player, but also a kind and gentle soul. Our good friend, UnrealBeard. Welcome in, man.
What up?
Oh my goodness!
How did we hang with you guys tonight, man?
How did we land Unreal, man?
Oh my gosh.
What a steal we got, Chupa. Let's go.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better guest. We've talked about him, I think, every single episode, every 6 episodes, your name has come up in this podcast.
Absolutely.
I think it just is just a testament of who you are, really. You know, I consider you a great friend. Hades does as well. And us three have kind of ran for a while. And I can't wait to kind of get into our interview and let everyone else know how great you are.
Thanks, bro. I'm stoked to be here with you guys.
Like, we've had the pleasure to know you so well. And I hope with this, everybody else gets to learn how amazing you really are. And that's definitely what we want to do for sure. Yeah, man, you are an incredible person, dude. And I'm so glad that we get to do this with you, man. This is like, doesn't even feel real, bro. I'm so excited for this.
Thanks, dude. It's a gift to be your friend for sure.
And I will say too, Unreal, you just get ready to feel a little uncomfortable because we're gonna love bomb you a little, just because we have you in a corner now and you can't get away. So that's kind of nice,
that's
so just get ready because Audie was very uncomfortable, but she deserves all of it. So
Audie's mom for sure. Love that girl.
Yeah, I think we made Audie the most uncomfortable she's ever been. But I'm sure she loved it at the same time too, because
yeah, for sure.
I remember running games with her and like just complimenting her, and she would just be like silent, and I'm like, oh, I'm making her uncomfortable. I need to shut up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
for sure.
I'm like extremely extroverted, so like I'm used to being like, just super lovey on everybody, and I got to realize that like not everybody's like that. Like I gotta
dude, keep doing it. It's good for all of us.
I gotta tone it down sometimes.
How's Fortnite been?
It's been good. It's been kind of strange. So I've been like super into ballistic lately. Lately being like the last 6 months now, I guess. But the mode has been rough lately. There's so many bugs. They're like developing things. Honestly, like I don't want to throw big shade at Epic and Fortnite, but it kind of has felt a lot of times within the community like they're just doing everything they can to kill the mode. We've had so many bugs. We've been dealing with a matchmaking bug for like the last week. I actually like couldn't get a game hardly at all for the past 5 days. Today was the first day that I actually had smooth sailing and was able to get games and stuff. And it's odd. Like last season, I finished in the top 100 in the world. That was really exciting, really, really cool. There are so many people that play the game at such a high competitive level, and all of us want to see the mode grow. But we're just sticking in it, for as long as it's there. I did make a little revisit to Reload the last few days. That was super fun. No matter what I play, I just have a good time. I love Fortnite. I love how, you can always find something to do. And then, getting to play with my kids and my parents and, so many amazing friends. It's always a really good time.
That's another thing. Like, I'm really glad that we have you on is because, like, I don't play Ballistic at all. And I don't know how much Chupa really plays it. I know he's played it with you a couple times. Like, I always thought it was funny that, like, they keep Ballistic in, like, this, like, limbo level, I think. Like, it's like not a real game mode yet, but it is a real game mode. And like, it always says, what does it say next to the mode? Like, what does it
said
say?
Early access for the longest
early
time.
access.
I think they've finally gotten rid of that. But
right.
Yeah.
It said early access for months. I'm like,
are
they gonna pull the trigger on this? Or are they just like still testing it out? Or like, what is going on? Like, I know a lot of people play it because a lot of people like first person shooters. That's a given. That's a fact.
For sure.
And to bring it to Fortnite with all the skins and emotes and stuff is a crazy cool idea. I mean, just because I don't like it doesn't mean I can't respect it.
Sure.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny that they're like so wishy-washy when it comes to it, and they're not like doing anything to better it. Like they're just putting all their eggs in Blitz, and I guess not even Reload,
Delulu's out, and like that was when Ballistic like broke all over again when Delulu came out.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about before we get into everything. There has been what somebody told me in my chat there was like 4 to 5,000 bans the first 2 days of Delulu because
It's
of
so
hate
crazy.
speech and like, dude, it's
Yeah.
so crazy, bro. Like people think
Oh,
like
yeah,
actions and words have consequences, bro. You can't just be saying whatever you want whenever you want and not
for
have
sure,
anything
for sure.
happen. Like that's so crazy, dude. Like I don't understand. And like people are complaining about BR and supposedly it's the least played season in a long time because of the bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a Delulu is kind of crazy. Like it's wild to me that Epic, especially Fortnite, it tries to come together to be like this family friendly game, right? For everyone. And then they do that. And I was so surprised they're doing proximity checks. I'm like, this is not going to go well. And I think I saw even more numbers than that, Hades, with this new mode. I could even imagine if they kept it open all week. They're bringing it back just for the weekends.
Yeah.
And that's a kind of an interesting choice too. It does make the game fun. I'm not going to lie and say, like, I was very hesitant on streaming it because I'm a family friendly streamer, as you guys know.
Yeah.
And I think at one point, I think it was Friday night, I was like, whatever. So that's all we played. And we did have so much
dude, it
fun.
was
And I
so fun.
laughed so hard. Unreal, you were there. And we had a blast. I think we won like 6 games in a row and people
It
were
was
like super
great.
offended. We were shooting them. I'm like,
Oh my
it's
gosh, it
Fortnite,
was
bro.
so great.
You're gonna die.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've laughed so hard in a stream, but there was some crazy things said. Like that just goes to show you as a human race, sometimes you give us too much, we kind of ruin it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes and if it kind of holds up. And I don't see it kind of leaking into the other game modes as like a permanent thing, proximity chat, especially. I think this is them kind of testing the waters. Let's see if they can behave. Yeah, we can't, Epic. I don't think we ever will be able to
No.
behave. I don't think we're gonna see it in any other game modes.
No, I think it went exactly how they thought it was going to go, to be honest with you. And another thing, like I tried just playing it by myself the one night and I'm like, yep, this ain't for me. Like if I was playing it with you guys, it'd be completely different. But like playing it on your own, bro, it's just a losing battle because there's everybody else playing with their friends. And I would be like, oh, hey, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? Oh, headshot, I'm done. Okay. I'm just going to go back to lobby. That was fun. Like, dude, I'm like, all right, I need to do this a different time. But I get it. I like what they're doing. This goes back to what I've always said is like, this is why I do love Fortnite. It's because they're at least trying. Does everything always succeed and go amazing? No. But they are making the attempt to branch out, to try new things, to always try to evolve instead of just being like, okay, here's our product, take it or leave it. I don't care. Like they're at least listening to people. They're trying to, like, because you can't make everybody happy, but they're definitely trying.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's super fun, but I think you guys kind of hit the nail on the head. I mean, I think it would be a detriment to the game overall for them to try to implement that into other modes, you know. I do hope the mode sticks around. I mean, it's really fun to play with friends. I mean, Delulu was a very appropriate name.
Yeah, dude, when I saw that they called it that, I'm like, there's no way that's real, bro. I was like, there's no way they called it that. That's so funny to me.
It's crazy.
Out of all the names they could have picked. But yeah. Anybody have anything else before I start asking this beautiful human some questions?
I will say, like, I saw a little bit of a different side of Unreal when we played Delulu. He knows what I'm talking about, man. Like, we had an 8 stack, so you can have an 8 stack in your lobby for Delulu, and you guys all know you land and you don't hear anyone, but we're like, hey, we're gonna meet here. So everybody's goal was when they land, we all meet up together. And man, it was insane. And we were saying like no new friends. So there was one time Audie like pulls up on a cart and is like, hey, I got a teammate, guys. And we just all killed him.
Just killed him on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like, bring people if you can. And you know, we all played. Everybody wanted to get the glider that kind of came with it if you won the game. I don't think I've seen a side of Unreal, nothing toxic, just funny, man. I died. I laughed the whole stream, man. I couldn't feel my face, man. It was so sore
Dude,
from
we
laughing.
were cracking up. Well, and I think this is one of the situations you were talking about. So we were playing, and Sonirak and Chup and I were kind of running together. And I went and pushed this team and cleared this team. And while I was doing that, a different team went and pushed Sonirak and Chup, and they went down. One of the ones that pushed them went down, and the other one was still up. And I was kind of just watching at this point because I had already taken care of the other team. And it was just kind of like poetic, you know, one of those poetic moments from them having so many different IPs. I'm wearing Poison Ivy. They got pushed by 2 Jokers. And this one starts rezzing Choop. And I'm like, I'm gonna let him get Choop up and then I'm gonna kill him. You know? And so he gets Choop up. As soon as he gets Choop up, I light him up and he's gone. They're both on the ground. I run over and start rezzing Sonny. Choop's like, oh, they're cool. They're cool. He rezzed me. And he starts rezzing one of them. And I immediately get off the res for Sonny and wipe both and go pick Sonny back up.
My God.
Dude, it was so fun. They were like, well, man, I was helping you.
I was like, yeah, thanks.
Stuff like that is what makes it good. Like that story right there is what makes it worth it. You know, that's awesome. Like you won't get that anywhere else.
And she was like begging for her life. And I said, it's now or later. You want it now or later? She said later. I said, okay, bet, and rezzed her. And like, I don't know how long she made it, but she didn't make it to the end.
That's awesome.
And we had people in the game where it was kind of in game. There was a bunch of people left, and everyone was like, "Oh, the bananas are here!" And we were just wiping the whole lobby, man, because we all dressed up as a different Peely, and it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
It was good times, man. I can't wait to play again this weekend. To be honest with you, I think I had a great time with it. We'll see, but you know, I always do worry a little bit where if people are just going to bogusly, you know, report me for something, and they're like, "Yeah, get this guy," you know, and I haven't said anything, but you know, Fortnite goes, well, we're just gonna take you off.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm worried about is like my biggest pet peeve is getting blamed for something that isn't my fault, you know, like I didn't do it.
Yeah,
like, so that would be terrible. Like I'll take ownership for my own stuff, but when somebody else is the issue, like come on.
Hopefully they actually look.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. All righty. So, Mr. Unreal, for those who don't know you yet, how'd you land on the name UnrealBeard? Besides the obvious.
Well, sort of obvious, right? I mean, I've got a pretty massive beard, and I've had it for a really long time. I have people ask me really consistently on stream about the beard and stuff, and I've had it since 2009. You know, had to shave a ton in high school, hated it. As soon as I graduated, I was like, I'm done with that. I'm not shaving anymore. Never, you know, we'll talk more about this later on probably, but like whenever I was like seriously considering getting into streaming, having a strong brand was something that, you know, I was giving some thought to. And at the time I had been like, I can't remember. I mean, I think it was pretty much when it started. When they started doing ranked reload, I was hitting Unreal consistently. I mean, I hit Unreal every season of reload until, you know, I kind of started maining ballistic or whatever. And it just, I don't know, like I was like, I think that's going to stick good. And, you know, I'm happy with it.
No, I love it. I love it. It's definitely a good name. It's very original. Like I don't know anybody else with that name, and it fits you perfectly.
Thanks, bro. You see my little Unreal crown up there
I
got on the TikTok shop.
I see it. All right, another question. How did you first get into streaming? Like what was the thing that first got you into starting?
Yeah, so I mean it's kind of funny. It was like several things. So the start of this year, I decided to take January and February as like off months from my ministry stuff. I'd been going really consistently for I think I'm in my 7th or 8th year, and I'd never like set aside time to just like I'm not going to do any events, you know. And I was really needing to slow down for a little bit, to have some time off, to just be quiet and kind of like figure out, you know, what I'm doing a little bit. But at the same time, you know, like I'm not going to just do nothing. And I think like I had been, you know, at that point really consistent in Unreal for Reload for a long time. And I just decided to start making some content and just see what happened. So I started making some videos, and I mean, I definitely didn't have anything go viral, but the metrics on all of those Fortnite videos were way better than like anything else I'd ever done on social media. And I've like gotten to work on some things, you know, that could test that a little bit. And so it was interesting. I talked to a friend about it, and she was like, you know, I feel like there's something on this. Like you should keep poking at it. And so I kinda just started, you know, slowly, like, tiptoeing towards it or whatever. When I decided, "Okay, I'm gonna try streaming and just see how it goes," I had, like, ordered, a lot of the stuff that I needed. TikTok was doing one of those boosts where, like, when you invited people that didn't have an account, they would give you a credit to the TikTok shop, right? And
Yep.
so I just invited all of these friends that weren't on the platform to come join the platform, got all of this TikTok shop money, and I was able to order a lot of the things that I didn't have that I needed for my stream. And I had, like, friends give me cameras and, like, help me set stuff up, and, I had another friend give me a year of Streamlabs, and all of this stuff kinda came together, and it was actually, like, before I had even, like, gotten everything and it was ordered and it was shipping, and I know, this dude, Corey Asbury, he's a really, really big, worship artist, he's done, like, some country music as well, huge songwriter, really, really good songwriter, and we're not, like, close friends at all, like, at all, but we've been in contact on and off, like, for a large number of years. And I had started playing Ballistic, and actually day 1 of Ballistic, not many people know this because I don't know, I try not to, like, talk about stuff like this a lot. I don't know why, I just don't. But day 1 of Ballistic, I actually landed in a game with Ninja, Ninja's little brother, Courage JD, Cypher. They had someone else with them too that was, like, one of their buddies, so we had this, like, 5 stack of, like, some of the biggest streamers in Fortnite, right? And they beat us, but we made a game of it. I think we only lost by, like, a round or 2, and I killed a bunch of them a bunch of times, and so I'd made content around that that was doing really well, and that day, I hit Corey up and was like, "Hey, have you tried Ballistic yet?" And he just happened to see my message and respond to me and was like, "I literally just finished my first game of it. That's so crazy that you just messaged me." And so we made a plan to, play together that Friday, and while we were playing, we played for probably 3 or 4 hours. It was super fun. We were cracking up the whole time. About halfway through, though, he was like, "Yo, are you, like, trying to get into streaming?" And he had started Twitch streaming, I don't know, several months prior to that, I think, just, like, here and there, and I said, "Yeah, I've ordered my stuff. I don't have any of it yet. I don't have a camera." And he was like, "Well, do you have a Twitch account?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've got a Twitch account." And he was like, "Well, do you wanna do a collab stream? Like, I can knock and, like, we can, share our live or whatever." And I was like, "Absolutely." And so we did that, and because of his profile, I hit, like, 3 or 4 of the affiliate metrics at the time in that one stream with him, which was just huge. Like, I couldn't have made that happen. It was like, for me, like, it felt like a God thing where, like, something that God seemed to just suddenly be in the midst of, and I have,
Yeah.
like, stuff happening that, like, I can't produce for myself, right? And so, from there, I hit affiliate a week after that stream, and it literally was just me at that point being really intentional with people that are, like friends that are, within my sphere or whatever. And that was kind of like what made it real, and how I got into it. I think I did just Twitch for about a month. And then in early February, if I'm not mistaken, was when I started streaming on TikTok.
It was definitely February, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember. Um, Bro, I was smiling that whole time. I don't know if you noticed. You are such a good storyteller. It kind of makes me mad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so jealous of that. Like I feel like I'm very good with words and I'm very good at articulating the 4,000 different words that are going on in my brain at the same time. But the way you like piece a story to, dude, I'm jealous of that. You're very good at that, and I am jealous.
Aw,
And
thanks, bro.
you are definitely, I mean, doing what you do, you of course need to have a grasp on that and the little, at least a little bit, you know what I mean? And doing it as long as you
Sure.
have, you're only going to get better at it. Plus streaming helps too. But I
Oh,
just
it's
wanted to
been
say,
great. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that real quick and give you a little bit
Aw,
of
thanks, man.
your flowers real fast. So, what is something you want people to feel when they stop by your stream? Like, say they come into your stream and then they leave. What do you want them to feel when they leave?
I think, like, that's been one of the sweetest things for me is, like, in all of this, no matter what happens, and, like, at this point in time, like, I'm definitely still very much a small streamer, right? But, like, no matter what happens, I think the biggest thing for me in streaming has just been connecting with people. I had a lot of years in specialty coffee and in bartending and, doing pubs and stuff like that, and it's kind of that same culture where, like, whenever you're interacting with someone one on one, you have so much power to, like, make them feel seen in that moment. Like, I have no idea, when strangers are dropping in, what they've got going on in their life, what their days look like. any of that kind of stuff. And, for me, the biggest thing is like, I just want them, for however long it is, for them to feel like somebody sees them, that somebody cares about them and loves them. I get to pray over people a lot in my streams. That's extremely special to me. And, I mean, that's definitely like the biggest thing in it is like I just want to be able to connect with people in a way where, their day gets better if they're having a bad day. If they're having a good day, I want it to be an even better day. I want to, celebrate whatever, they happen to share with me. If they share bad news, I want to let them know that I see them and that, that sucks. And I'm, with them hoping that the day gets better, that the week gets better, that they carry on into better times than what they're, in right now. And that's been such a beautiful thing through this, that just community element. I mean, at this point, I've got so many people that I've gotten to, especially like the ones that are, for whatever various reasons, having kind of a hard time to be able to just like love them, message them off stream and like check in and see how they're doing and, just be available.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all somebody needs sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah, for
have
sure.
sometimes I have, like, 40 to 50 DMs, like, a day because everybody's, like, catching up with me, I'm catching up with them. Dude, it's my favorite
Right.
thing in the world. I tell people every time on my stream, like, "Dude, if you got something going on, good, bad, ugly, I don't care. I wanna know about it. I wanna be there with you." I feel like real quick we all 3 of us, and I will give us all pats on the back, are extremely, extremely good at that, and we all take that very seriously, and
Yeah.
we all are very good at that, I feel like. Especially you 2, you are very good at connecting with people, making people feel seen, making people feel heard, and just giving those people what they need in that moment, you know what I mean? You guys are very
Yeah.
good at that,
Wow.
and it is something to be admired for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that what you kind of said is exactly like to a T what you do, Unreal. I look up to that a lot, man, because you started TikTok before me, and I remember we would have conversations, and I'm like, dude, I don't think I could do TikTok. Like, I don't think I can focus. I mean, I talked about that before. I'm like, I just, I'm a simple man, and it's hard for me to kind of keep up with the pace. But you kind of learn that going into it. But you said you don't know how people have, what day they've had or what they're going through, and just being a part of just even being in your lives sometimes and hearing you just love on people, man, is so like exactly what streaming's about.
Mhm.
Like I'm so grateful to be part of your community because you bring so much light to the TikTok world and just your stream in general. I feel like I look up to how you kind of conduct yourself, how you talk to people, how friendly you are and how genuine it is. It never feels forced or pushed. And you brought up a great point with people just kind of coming in and you're able to love on them. But you know what's great about streaming? Like, man, streamers have bad days too.
Come
I
on.
had one recently. I posted a video about it because I was so mad about what TikTok's doing. But when we have bad days, like that community shows up.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that's what it's about. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man.
Like it's not a one-way street. I had so many people reach out to me like, "You all right?" And I usually don't do that. You guys know that. I'll like crash out and talk to you guys about it, not typically,
Right.
go make a video about it. But
Mhm.
we still have those ups and downs, but that community that you create returns the favor, man. I
Yeah.
had so many people checking on me. If I don't stream for a little bit, I have people checking on me to make sure I'm good. And I may just be out of town working. And
Yeah.
and that is so awesome that it's
Yeah.
just this big community and we're not just loving on those people, but it's a constant, it's a circle. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
People just,
That's good.
show that support. So I think you really do a great job and it really comes out through your streams. And I think that's why it's so enjoyable to be part of your community.
Thanks.
It's great. So I'll kind of get into another question here and we'll kind of switch gears a little bit. Your favorite Fortnite memory, and then quickly your favorite Fortnite season.
Mm.
So we're not talking ballistic. We're just talking BR. We'll
Yeah.
get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Keep ballistic out of here. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
yeah.
No, we're just mad because we can't be as good as you. I'm so
Whatever.
bad at it.
Me too.
That's funny. I mean, I think like, the first time I hit Unreal and Reload, that was a really big moment. I don't know though. I mean, that's like I have so many other things, like times that like my little brother and I, used to play it a ton together, and like that was a really beautiful way for us to kind of like just strengthen our relationship with each other, you know. Now I play with my kids and my parents and my siblings. Like our whole family plays Fortnite. We haven't gotten Hannah, my wife, to play yet. Her joke is if I play, then nobody eats because she's always, you know, cranking out crazy good stuff from the kitchen and stuff.
That's so
But like
good, bro.
truly, I mean, it's hard for me in some ways. Like it's hard for me to narrow down one singular moment. I just think of, like, so many times that, like, I've gotten to just, like, laugh and have so much fun with, like, family and friends that are like family to me. Yeah, it's just tons of fun.
Heck yeah.
Couldn't agree
Well,
more,
you
dude.
know, do you have a favorite season?
I was gonna say favorite season. You know, I think it might be the Greek Gods season. That one
That's
was so fun to me. Yeah, let's go,
chapter
Haiti.
chapter 5?
I
Yeah?
think so. Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
That was a
That one
fun
was
season.
yeah, that one
It
was
was
just
season
crazy fun, and that was kind
3
of
or
like
2.
my re-entry because I played, uh, like, in the OG days whenever they first started Battle Royale, and then I don't even know that I came back right when they started playing Zero Build. I was actually playing well, it was, like, through COVID, right? So, like, I had a time where, like, I really wasn't gaming much. I was doing restaurant management, really didn't have very much time. I had little kids in the house, and so I had sold the PlayStation that I had to get them at the time, I think it was the Wii U, it might have been the first Switch, could have been both, but, like, where, like, I would get rid of my gaming stuff to get stuff for my kids so that they could be having fun, and so for a little while, like, I wasn't really doing stuff, and then during the pandemic, I caught wind of the shutdown before it happened because I have a family member that, was really high up in school administration, and so they had to communicate with those guys before they communicated to the public. So we had like this like little window, right, of like knowing that the shutdown was going to happen before it happened. And I remember getting on Facebook Marketplace and I found I think an Xbox One at the time and I got super into Warzone during the pandemic and like that was my game and for probably a couple years like I was just super into Call of Duty again for a little bit. Then my kids started getting a little older, um, and I needed something more family friendly, and Fortnite was just such an easy thing to, you know, swing into from there.
This is
All
gonna be a
right. So
3-hour episode.
no, we're moving. We're moving. It's all right. It's all right.
No, I love
So
it.
for everybody who doesn't know your stream or hadn't seen you stream, can you tell us, do you kind of lean more toward the sweaty gameplay or do you kind of just keep it chill with the community? Like, what's kind of your balance there? You know, you said you were a top 100, under top 100 for ballistic. So, I mean, it's definitely sweaty in there, but kind of how are you balancing kind of the sweatiness of the gameplay with the community?
I think it's both for me, you know. I mean, like no matter what I play, I'm very competitive. You know, I want to do my best. I wanna be the best, you know, like, I wanna get good, I wanna be constantly getting better, but at the same time, like, I'm always me, you know what I mean? And so I'm always being goofy, I scream all the time whenever, like, I
Squeal.
die and, like, goofy stuff happens, and I just make light of stuff, like, my you know, I mean, like, my crash outs are always meant to be entertaining, like, I'm never I don't know, like, for me we all have our moments, you know, and I've definitely had times that I do get genuinely frustrated, but, like, it's a game, right? You know, and so it's like, if I'm getting, like, crazy mad, I'm not doing this right, and so, you know, I think for me, it feels really easy to just balance the 2, you know? I mean, I'm blessed, I guess, to have a pretty high level of skill with this stuff, and so maybe that makes it a little easier for me, but, like, you know, and streaming does change it, you know, because I mean, you're reading 2 different chats, you're trying to interact with everyone, you're trying to be present with everyone, and you also have monsters in your lobby that you're trying to make sure you take them out before they take you out.
Juggling everything.
Dude, it is, you know, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
I get done with streams sometimes, like, if I stream for, like, 5 hours or more, I'm wiped out afterwards, you know, like, it's taxing. But it's so fun, and it never feels like I'm wrestling one or the other. It always feels, like, really easy to just be myself and be right in the middle.
Tough. I think it's tough. Yeah, it's tough for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I, like, pride myself on never crashing out or never getting, like, upset. Bro, recently, I've had to, like, in through the toes, out through the nose, baby. Like, I'm like,
I like
"Alright,
that.
I
In
need to
through the
go back to
toes, out through the nose.
the
That's
Hades
good.
school of chill, bro, because
Yeah,
I
right.
am not being that right now, and I need to and I'm
You
getting
gotta channel your inner the dude.
yeah, and
The
I'm
dude
back
abides.
to being good, though. Alright, so we know your stream reflects not just your gameplay, but also your heart. How do you balance being a welcoming, faith-driven streamer while keeping the fun energy going?
I think I try to just always do what's natural, I don't ever, like, push on people to, like, create something that's not already there, But at the same time, like, anytime someone is, like, willing to open up, I make sure that I meet them wherever that is, you know what I mean? Um, and, like, honestly, I've kinda just gotten really unapologetic about, like, if I have a window where, like, I can just say a simple prayer for someone, I just pray for 'em. Obviously, I hope that's never, like, off-putting or offensive to someone because that's not my heart, that's not why I do it at all. But I've seen it make such an impact on people, whether that's, somehow the situation that they're going through changes or whether it's just them realizing that there's a stranger in front of them that sees them, that's willing to, like, be right in the thick of, like, whatever they're going through and just love on them for a minute. And yeah, I mean, I think, like, I'm just always watchful for that, like I said, I don't ever wanna, like, make someone else uncomfortable, but to whatever degree the people in my stream are willing to, like, be open and be in the chat and, like, create a moment, I'm always ready to meet them in that moment.
Yeah, you are incredibly good at, like, just letting people be. Like, whatever they're going through, me and you have FaceTimed 100 times, and the thing that always stuck with me is, like, I was going through a bunch of stuff, and I needed to talk to you, and you never once were like, "Oh, hey, do this, 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 and this." You just, like, guided me through what I was already feeling, you know what I mean? Like, you weren't, like, hounding me, you weren't forcing me to feel anything, you were just being a friend that I needed at the time, and, like, you do that in stream as well, is the reason why I'm saying this, is, like, you don't force nothing. You are very, like, kind and a gentle soul by nature. I think that's a very admirable thing, and I know I look up to you for sure, and when it comes to stuff up like that, because that's what we're all trying to do, man. We're all trying to help people in any way we can on just playing a stupid free game that we always talk about. Like, it's just yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all have changed my life, and I know you guys have changed multiple other people's lives. And yeah, it's you guys are great.
Thanks, bro.
What role does community play in your journey as a streamer?
It's everything, man. We can't do anything without our community? At the same time, like, I try to never worry about, who's in the stream, how many people are in the stream, any of that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, it's like it's everything that we've been saying. The connection is the most important thing. And, like Choop what you were saying earlier, like it's always reciprocated, right? It goes in a circle. And, I don't, it feels like an oversimplification of an answer maybe, but to me, like, the community element is everything. Like, without it, what the heck am I doing? What are we doing? You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Right.
Um,
That's what I tell my chat every single night. Like, I'm like, bro, I literally am nothing without you guys. I'm literally talking to a camera by
yeah,
myself without you guys showing up for me every single night. Like, and sometimes I don't think they realize, like, how much showing up every single night really means to me. You know what I mean? Because time is the most valuable thing, and you can't get any of it back. You can't spend it. You can't do whatever. And to spend it with us in a stream, just, I don't know. It just means a lot. That's all I'm trying to say.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I know you have a bunch of beautiful children. How do you juggle family life and streaming?
In a word, carefully. No, I mean, it really has taken work. I mean, I'm a hard worker, and so, like, when I first started this, I can, like, remember back to, like, those, January and February especially days. Hopefully not into March, but I can't like I can't remember that specifically in the moment. But like I can remember, just like working so hard on everything because there's always so much to learn. I mean, good grief, like right now, I was given a PC this summer, which was huge, such a blessing. And like I've been streaming from the PC for about a month. And I have like so many, interactive elements that I'm like wanting to add to the stream and like things that I'm wanting to do, but I don't know how to do any of it. I haven't known how to do any of this. Anything that I've done, like I'm having to like, yeah, come on. I'm having to go, Google things, watch videos, do research, talk to people, like figure all of this stuff out. And so, I mean, I can remember a time like especially when I was like working on my logo and like trying to get, my brand solidified and stuff like that. I was interacting with this company that, like, for whatever reason, they wouldn't email me back until the middle of the night. Maybe they're in Europe or something. I don't know. I don't know if that adds up or not. No, like the start of their day, yeah. And so, I there were times where I would stay up until like the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, working on stuff just so I could like correspond with these people and doing stuff. And I remember sitting down with Hannah at one point and, her just having a very honest conversation of like, hey, this is not how we're gonna do this. And I was like, yeah, you're right. This is not how we're gonna do this. With the kids being in school, I have a really great pattern right now of like, during the week because, what my other vocational world looks like is like itinerant ministry. So it's inconsistent. It's over weekends. It's, trips to various places for various lengths of time. And like when I'm not actively, on one of those trips, I'm holding down the house. I'm doing the laundry. I'm helping with, grocery shopping. I'm, getting stuff done around the house that needs to be done because, the wife is working full time, kids are in school. And so along in that, I'm getting to stream during the day. And I have boundaries that I do my best to keep. Honestly, I fail sometimes. I've had a few times like since school got back as I'm like trying to pick everything back up because summer was super super inconsistent with for me. Where like but the standard that I have for myself that I try to keep is before the kids and Hannah get home, I'm not working anymore. Like everything is off. I'm not on a live, I'm not digging in a bunch of stuff so that I'm able to greet them and be present. They get home at about like 5 o'clock most days, sometimes a little bit before that. And so like I have like not quite 3 hours to engage with my kids during the week,
Right.
and really lock in with them.
Yeah,
And so a lot of it I think is just me trying to create really good boundaries and doing my best to stick to them.
absolutely. And real quick, shout out all of our wives, by the way.
Oh my gosh, for real.
Shout out all the wives,
Some amazing women
the
for
most
real.
amazing women in the world to
Come
one,
on.
deal with all of us, to two, deal with all
Yeah.
of us doing what we're doing and supporting, and just three, being amazing mothers, dude. Like all of those things,
Yeah,
being
dude.
amazing wives, everything. Like there's no Hades without Mrs. Hades. You know what I mean? Like
Come on.
we had the same conversation that you had. Like my wife was like, I was streaming every night for 6-7 hours a night when I first started. She's like, we're figuring something out. This ain't it. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, let's figure something out. Now I have a schedule.
Yep. Come on.
I've stuck to that schedule ever since, bro. Like
Yeah.
we get lost, all of us, because we're all very similar. Like get lost in the drive and the dream and the pursuit that like I was just putting too much into that. And I'm like, brother, you got a wife, you got a kid, you got a full-time job, like you got stuff you have to handle before you're doing everything else. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Shout out our wives.
Come on.
Yeah, and I've talked about it before. I'm so selfish. Like I can be so selfish, and it doesn't come from a negative place. I feel like it's that drive, like you said, Hades, like that. If I do anything, I mean, we were talking about it before we kick stream up. I'm a perfectionist, and I just want things to be perfect. I want things to go the way they're supposed to go, and I want a plan on how they should go. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in that routine of things where I'll look up and be like, man, I have streamed like 6 days in a row. like I probably need to lock in. And, I find myself, and you guys can, maybe speak to this a little bit as well. I'll find myself kind of digging in and locking in and streaming, and things are not going poorly, but I start to get burnt out. I think more doubt will sink in when I push too hard.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm like, man, I'm putting all this effort in. Why am I doubting myself? But and then it hits me where I'm like, man, I just kind of need a reset, and I need to take a day off or 2 days off, and I need to really just spend time with my family.
Yeah.
I really need to go and just watch dumb shows with my wife, and just laugh. And
absolutely,
I would agree. I mean, I think that, just our partners is everything. They support us the most too, which is really cool because I know, both of your wives as well just support you guys in your dream. And I think that says a lot about them and just y'all's relationship. So
sure.
I'm so grateful for Em.
Yeah, man.
Shout out Mrs. Hades.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I'm going to get into this. We're going to go to a little quick fire round. Okay. So pretty quick answers here. All right.
Ain't gonna happen.
Your favorite loadout.
Yeah. So, I always have a heavy hitter, whether it's, the hunting rifle, a bolt action, the mammy, whatever it is, in my first spot. Then I've got my AR. Then I've got a shotgun. Then I've got a DPS, some kind of a like submachine gun type that's like very high damage, very low time. And I've been playing that way for a few years now. And so like, that's what it is. If I had to pick favorites, it would definitely be hunting rifle, the MK rifle, probably the gatekeeper or the ranger shotgun, and then like the tactical sub in that last one, that little nail driver.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Who's your dream collab in Fortnite?
Demon Slayer.
Let's go.
Like, guys, what the heck were you doing in Chapter 6, Season 1? What were you doing? That was the moment.
They had one job, dude. Literally.
One job. Like, you made a whole season about slaying demons and you didn't bring in Demon Slayer. Somebody is, like, headbutting the wall right now, especially with the first Infinity Castle movie being in the top 10 movies global for the year right now. I mean, come on, Anyway.
Crazy.
Great movie. So what are some other hobbies that you enjoy outside of gaming?
Yeah, I love to longboard, like when the weather's nice, which like we're starting to get into nicer weather. I'm super stoked for it to start cooling down. My board's right there. I scored an electric longboard from Marketplace for my birthday a couple years ago. And so yeah, dude, I love cruising on that thing. Being outside when it's nice is just like I love being outside. In Lubbock, that's hard sometimes. We don't have the greatest climate.
Amen.
But yeah, I love that. I love to read. I love to watch movies. But really anything with like a good story. If you give me a good story, I'm hooked, like in kind of whatever media that comes across. And then I love doing stuff with my kids, like we do a lot of video games, we do a lot of card games, and they're so much fun, and I love getting to do stuff with them.
Yeah, for sure. And, he's not going to say it, so I will. Mr. UnrealBeard has a voice of an angel.
Oh my gosh.
A beautiful singing voice.
Singing voice? I have it in my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, I swear he's on Spotify, guys. We'll let him share all that. Yeah, man. He's I've known Unreal for a while, and we'll kind of talk about that later. But all right. So what game would you stream if Fortnite did not exist?
That is such a terrifying question.
I know, right?
I mean, I don't know, probably like Zelda or Pokemon or, something like that.
I was going to say Pokemon.
Fun, chill.
Pokemon would be a really good one. I'd probably just like go download some emulators and just like vibe out with the chat while I'm running around catching them all.
Yeah, love that. Love it. But yeah, so I, just I've known Unreal for a while, real quick, and then we'll let Hades kind of close it out. I just want to say, like, what you see is what you get. I knew Unreal from a church that my wife and I and my family attended about 5 years ago, and it was a very large church, so it was kind of hard to get connected. There's just so many people, and Unreal. I was first introduced by him being on stage and just being blown away by his voice. And, my wife was on the worship team with him and kind of just, talking to him, and he was always so kind. And it's not like we weren't cool with each other. We just weren't really close.
Yeah.
And then I happened to be scrolling Twitch and I was able to, I was like, hold up, Unreal Stream. Like, I know that guy. That guy looks so familiar. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I checked like your Instagram or something. And I was like, this is him. Like, we're playing the same game. We're both streaming. And I think I reached out to you. And ever since then, man, it has been more than a friendship. And I couldn't, at the time too, we both kind of talked about just it's difficult when you start getting older, guys, to kind of have like IRL friends just because everyone is so busy. And, to kind of find you and reconnect with you in that time was like the perfect moment for me, is what I needed. Because I was going through a rough go at it. And so, so it's just crazy what this game has done for all of us.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. So I just wanted to get that in there because, we live 10 minutes from each other and we get to have lunch and go see movies and see each other. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. And what you see is what you get. So if you go into this guy's live, this is who he is. He's just a loving human who the best at loving on people genuinely. So yeah, man, I look up to that. So y'all go check him out.
Love you, bro.
To know Unreal is to love Unreal.
That's right.
All right. Well, how am I gonna go after that? Yeah, thanks, bro. Now I'm gonna say some more questions. What is one piece of advice that you would give to small streamers that are just starting out on any platform?
Be consistent. Just be consistent. Find what you like. Do what you like. Get good at it. That does matter. But then after that, just stay consistent with it and connect with people, network with people. Don't look at the metrics. It'll just drive you crazy. It drives all of us crazy. And, at the end of the day, like, it just can't be what it's about. I hope that all of us, get to experience, great conventional success, we'll say, through all of this. But at the end of the day, like, let it be just a really healthy outlet for you and interact and engage with people as you do it. And, the experiences that you have will change your life for sure.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Where can people find you, and what's the best way to support you? Drop everything, by the way.
Drop everything.
Everything. I
So
agree.
we've been talking about this, and I'm more than happy to share about it. It's been a while since I've gotten to like work on a music thing, but I do have music out there. You can find me on any music platform: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, all of them. It's on all of them. You can look up Colton Beeden, ColtonBeden. Go check my music out. That's a lot of fun. I've actually had like just randomly, it's so random, and it always like makes my day because I'm just like, what the heck, because like like I never like made it big or anything like that, but I'll have like random people come through streams sometimes and be like, yo, you sing this song, and I'm like, yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I
It's
love
so
that.
weird, dude. I love it though. It's
That's
so fun.
so cool.
So you guys can check that out. I really think my music carries a message that's accessible to everyone that'll make your day better. A couple of those songs are like just my streams in a nutshell, like you're just going to get loved on and smile and have some happy music to listen to. UnrealBeard live on Twitch, on TikTok. I've been ignoring YouTube because I got frustrated early on with like a lot of the DMCA stuff, and I've like kind of just dropped it and haven't picked it back up since. But there is a channel out there for that too that I haven't posted anything on in like 6 or 8 months.
We love YouTube.
Yeah, we love you, YouTube. Just yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Twitch
Shout out
and
YouTube.
TikTok are the big ones. And just come hang out. I mean, obviously, like subscriptions are huge and they matter. Gifts are huge and they matter. But like the free support matters just as much. Come spend time. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen, share it with friends, get the word out. That's those free metrics make such a huge difference. And I shout people out for them all the time because it means the world. Somebody is literally spending ultimately what is the most valuable asset that they have, which is their time. And so, all of it goes a really, really long way, and it's all super, super appreciated.
Say something about your newsletter if you want.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
If you don't want to, you don't have to.
No, yeah, that's super cool. So on the nonprofit, the ministry side of things, I have a nonprofit called Resting Place Ministries. You can look up restingplaceministries.org. I probably need to work on my website at some point. There's some stuff that's like kind of outdated at this point. However, it's still there, and there's a newsletter page that you can put an email address in. I'm really bad with newsletters. I probably send like 4 or 5 out a year at most, so it's not something that's gonna, like, fill your inbox up at all. I just sent one out yesterday, and the last one I sent out was early summer before my family and I were able to go to Ecuador to do some mission work down there, which was an incredible trip. But yeah, that's a great way to connect with, like, that side of my world and, get to hear about, what's going on
Yeah.
there. And there's also a donations page. I am a registered 501c3. I raise support to be able to do what I do. And so that's on the website as well. I think my music links are on the website, and that's stuff that I've either written for other people that are doing music projects or stuff that I've written and was able to produce myself. Not that I produced it, but I worked with producers and,
Yeah.
whatever, solo project stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just felt like it was super important to have you
Yeah. Thank you,
mention
dude.
that.
I really appreciate
Yeah, I
that.
want you to be able to get everything because I want people to be able
Oh,
to
dude,
find you
thank you
as
so much.
easy as
Yeah,
possible.
man. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that if you're going to pick someone to support, go support them because dude just deserves it, and I can't
Yeah, not me, him.
say it enough. I can't say it enough. I mean, I think that, it's funny, man, because what's funny is I'll kind of say it on here is I've got a draft TikTok video that I made after we got back from the movie. We went and saw Demon Slayer together, and I was like a mess, dude. I told myself tonight, I was like, don't cry on stream, don't cry on the podcast, man. But really, truly, dude, everything that you're doing out there for everybody else, and everything that you continue to pour into this community and this TikTok community is just light. And please don't stop, because, man, I jump in your stream when I'm working, and it just makes my day. Just how you just conversate with people, and the other part of it is you're cracked at any game mode you play, which is, someday me and Hades will get with our guest level, but I don't know if it'll happen.
Not me. You're already there, Chupa. I'll never get there.
But I ended up not posting it just because I didn't want it to come off like that I'm recording something that just disingenuine. So maybe one day I'll post it. But, I can't tell you enough how much it means to me that you're a part of this podcast. And, we've talked about you every single episode, and you have been the main factor of a lot of us coming together and meeting. And just thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Good thing if I
It
cry,
is
you ain't
such a
gonna see it.
gift.
Ha! That's why I
I
wear
love you guys
sunglasses,
so much, for
baby.
real. Yeah, there you go. No, for real. I love you guys so much, man. When you guys started the podcast, I was so hyped for you. Honestly, like, just watching both of you keep pushing at the streaming thing, taking on this podcast. I love just getting to champion you guys. I believe in both of you so much. It's such a gift to get to be your friends and to get to be a part of your lives. And yeah, I love you so much, man, for real.
All right, guys. Well, listen, that's a wrap for this episode of Reboot Radio. Huge thanks to our friend UnrealBeard for joining us today. If you haven't already, go drop him a follow on all those platforms he talked about. And trust us, guys, you'll love his vibe. And always, I'm Chupacabro here with Hades, and we'll catch you next episode. Until then, stay on the grind, stay kind, and keep rebooting.
Come on, let's go.